Hello, welcome to my BookTubeAthon 2014 wrap-up. BookTubeAthon is now over and I had a very successful week, so I'm going to wrap up everything, starting with what I read during the week. So in the first part of the week, I was very productive. I finished these 7 books and I talked about them in my day 3 and 4 update. I will link that below, so I'm not going to recap those books. And in that same video, I made myself a new TBR following the same reading challenges for the week, and I was actually successful. I finished all those, or another 7 books as well. I changed them a little bit from the TBR, but I did finish the 7 challenges, so here we go. First book was The Walking Dead Days Gone By. It's volume 1. This completes book with red on the cover and a book with pictures. Then I read the book Even Adam by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. This completes the challenge of reading a book that someone else chose for you. This also happens to have red on the cover. Next, I read Verily A New Hope. This completed the challenge of reading a book from a genre you haven't read much from, which would be like a sci-fi and Shakespeare combo. Next, I picked up Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. This completed the challenge of a book with red on the cover. Then I picked up 4 by Veronica Roth. This is 4 short stories from 4's perspective about his transition into Dauntless. So this completed the challenge of starting and finishing a series in the week. Then I read Turtle in Paradise by Jennifer L. Holm. This was just a contemporary read that I picked up so I could finish another 7 books. And the last book that I read for BookTubeAthon was Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. This completed the challenge of a book to TV or movie genre, adaptation, and so I finished that. I also read a couple of ebooks, so I ended up reading 18 books throughout the whole week. That was absolutely insane. I had no idea that I could actually read that many books in a week. I guess it helps when I don't have to go to work every day. The day 6 video challenge was to find 5 items from one of the books that you read during the week, so I chose to find 5 items from Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. The first item I found was a camera. In the book they have a Polaroid camera, but this is the closest I could get. The next item I could find is blanket. This is the blanket that I had most of the time when I was reading this week. The next item I found was a plant. In the book, R talks about different plants, and so I brought in one of my plants from outside. The next item I had to find was a microwave. The last item is a desk. This is where Nora hides when the zombies first attack. So those are my 5 items from Warm Bodies. And the day 7 challenge, the very last video challenge of the week, is to show all the places that I read during the week. So here goes. So first I read in my chair at my desk. I actually read there quite a bit. I also read while sitting on the floor in my living room. I also read in bed. And I also read while sitting on the couch. Overall, I was extremely productive during this week. I read so many pages. I read over 5,000 pages, and that works out to around 550 pages per day that I actually ended up reading. So that was tremendous. I did cut down on a few books on my TBR pile, but not quite enough, so I'm gonna keep reading. I had a lot of fun during BookTube, and I can't wait until next year. Until then, keep your nose in a book.